Yes. Very good afternoon, dear students. So, welcome back to computer science class. So, then in the last class, we are discussing that is circular linked list. Okay. The in that circular linked list, there is no null value because the end of the node will again points to the first node. Right? For example, this is a circular linked list. Right? This is circular linked list. So end of the node will again points to the first node. Here there is no null value, right? So in the circular linked list, the link field of the last node contains the address of the first node, right? So such linked list is called circular linked list, right? The name itself indicates as it's in circular mode, right? This type circle node. So again it will address to the first node. Okay. So after that some operations done yesterday class. So traversing a linked list, that is p is not equals to 0. That means if p is 0 means no node are present here. Right. For example, this is a one node, right? Information for link bar. Right. So this is pointer, starting pointer p, right? If p is not equal to null, right? If p is not equal to null means, if p is null means there is no nodes. P is equals to null means the node will be end here only, right? Single node will be present in the list, right? Single node will be present in the list. When equals to null means only single node will be present in the list. Okay. Right. If p is not equals to null means again the link will be continuing motions. The link will be continuing motions. Okay. So traversing linked list, yesterday we are discussing that one. So it travels from one node to another node until the node will gets. Right? Eಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ನಿಮಗೆ ನೋಡ್ ಸಿಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲರಿ ಪಾಯಿಂಟರ್ ನಾವು ಏನು ತಗೊಂಡಿರ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೂ ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ travels, right? So yesterday we discussed the algorithm that is pointer which is equals to start pointer, then while, that is step 1, step 2, while p is not equal to null, right? That means the node will be in continue, the node will be in continue motion, right? While p is not equal to null. Third, if p is not equal to means the node will be traversing, process the data, right? If p is not equal to null, that means the traversing will be in each node, the traverse will be continuations, right? Until the node will get, until the condition becomes true, right? Process the data, that means travel ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತನಕ ನಮಗೆ ನೋಡ್ ಸಿಗೋವರೆಗೂ. Okay, fine. So step 4, p which is equals to link to another p pointer, that is for end of while, end of while. That means our pointer will be at here in these situations. Then 6th, return. This is what I should discuss. P is the pointer, that this pointer will points to the first node, that is head nodes. Then while p is not equal to null, that head nodes continuation is there, linking part is there, head nodes. For example, this is the head, this is the goes on, right? If p is equals to null means only one node present in the. If p is equals to null, suppose here p P which is equals to null, that means P is equals to null, that means only single node are present in your list, right? So this is the info part, this is null part, that is 0, or you can take x value. X is the default part 0 when it is P is equals to 0. So you have to take P is not equals to null, that means the node will be present in the list. The remaining node is present in the list. P is not equals to null. Okay. So process the data. Goes on, right? Until the node will not get. Node process right? Hang process link in the process P is equals to link of P. Right? Once it will get, the Y will be end here return. Right? So if they ask write the algorithm for traversing linked list, means you can write this much only. They will ask 3 more questions or else 2 more questions, whatever it is. Right? Fine. Today we will study that is inserting a node at the end of linked list. Right? Inserting a node at the end of linked list. That means you have to insert the node at the last node. Right? You have to insert a node, it connects to the last node. How means I will show you. Right? First I will write down the algorithms. That means you have to insert one more node to last node only. That means you have to connect that new nodes into this last node. Right? For example, suppose this is your node. Right? So if you are having only 3 elements, means you can take the 3 nodes. After that, if you want to insert one more node, means so where you have to inserting a node at the end of the link node. So this is the end of the link node. So you have to insert here only. So after that, this one is null, right? You can remove this null and add one more node. So here this node will be null. After that, this node will be null, right? We will show the algorithms. Inserting a node at the end of the linked list. Inserting a node at the end of the linked list. So where you have to insert node at the end of the linked list, right? Last node you have to insert new node, right? So in the last linked node you have to insert one more, that is new node. Okay, fine. I will write down the algorithms here. Step 1, start. Right? Starting point will head node will points to the first node, right? Starting pointer will points to the head node, that is first node. Then second, identify the last node in the list. Identify the last node in the list. That means you have to identify the last node in the list. So where is the last node, right? First starting point, starter point will points to the head node, that is the first node. After that, the linking will goes on. After that, we have to find out, identify the last node in the list. So where is the last node? You have to identify that one. Okay. So that is A which is equals to P is starter, right? Starting pointer. Then P is while P is not equals to null. This is very important. Right? Why I am telling this P is not equals to null means, right? This is a starting pointer, right? This is P pointer will points to the head node. So this is info part, link part. If P is equals to null means here the node will be hand here only. Right? I am telling again and again. If P is equals to null means the node will be end here only. Right? So if P is not equals to null means the link will be to continue. Right? Link will continue. Adhan you analyze now. Right? So P which is equals to next. Right. That means pointer P. Pointer P is indicates the next pointer. So that is the part points. Right? Suppose we are having three elements, we can take three nodes. Right? No need to take extra node here. Okay. So while n, then third step, that is after the pointing, right? Even ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನೀವು end node find out ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ find out ಮಾಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಈಗ ಏನಿದೆ ನಿಮಗೆ null value ಬಂದಿತ್ತು. So you have to remove this null value. So what we have to do here, you have to add one more node here, that is new node. That means you are inserting a new node after identifying the last node. Right? After identifying this last node, you have to enter, you have to insert one more node. Right? After identifying the last node, that is n which is equals to new node. Right? N which is equals to new node. That is your current new node. Current new node. That means recently you are inserting that node. That is your current node, current new node. Right? When it is after identifying last node, you have to insert new node. That will be your current new node. Okay. Then after that we have to enter the data to the inserting node. Right? New node ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ನೀವು data na insert ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Data, that is new node. So put any item, then link, fourth, fifth one, link to the new node. That is that new node will be linking part here, right? That new node will link to this previous node, right? Predecessor node. So then after that data enter ಮಾಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ link n new node link ಅದೇನ್ರಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ here any link value is there. Here there is no link value. That means you have to write null. Null means zero. Zero means no link are present in the next. Right? Link is present in the next. Right? So e link up predecessor node link agide. This new node will link to this predecessor node, previous node. But inserting node, new link agide. That means this is null, zero. Then trigger. Okay, fine. See here. Starting pointer, first pointer, info part, link part. right? Starting. Now this is our starting point. Then identify the last node in the list. So when means you are already having link means you have to identify the last node. Where is last node, right? Then p pointer will start here. This starting pointer will points to this head node, right? Head node or first node. Okay. Why p is equals to null? P is not equals to null. That means p is not equals to null means the link will be present in the list. P is not equal to null means the link will be present in the list. That means link adanta tozadri. Yavagri p is not equals to null tozadri. When p is equals to null tandra, so the link will be end here only. First node link end actually. So that's why here we will take p is not equals to null. That means the link will be present in the list. Then p is equals to next pointer p. Next pointer p. Again same info part, link part. So then again info part, link part. Right? So why end? So here we get the last node. Here we identify the last node. After identify the last node, what we have to do here? So we have to insert a new node. That is, so this is a null enter link. This is null. You have to remove this one. Pointer will be assigned here. Then it points to the new node. So same here, info part. Then here null. That means you don't write null here. So this is your current new node. Right? After you identify the last node, you have to insert new node. This is your current new node. Then this new node we have to enter the data. Right? Data means whatever it is, item tumri, alphabet tumri, numbers tumri. Right? You can enter the data. Right? Link part you. If it is any link part is there after the inserting new node. So one more new is there, one more node is there. Right? There is no node here. So you have to write here null. That means no link are present in the new node. New node ಗೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಲಿಂಕ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ತೋರಿಸಿದ್ರಿ null node ಕೇಳಾಗಿದೆ. Link n is equals to null. Link n is equals to null. Then return. There is no links present in the new node. Right? So this is not a practical part. Again, I am telling this is logical part. Just you have to assumption is very important here. Just you have to assume here. Star, pointer star, information part. Right? This starting point will points to the head node or first node, while p is not equals to null. That means the link will be present in the list. Right? After identifying, you have to insert a new node. That new node will be your current new node. Right? So you have to insert the data. Right? Data per you have to insert the data items. Right? So this pointer part there is no links to the next node. That means you have to write down the null. Null means 0. 0 means no link are present in the list. Right? Return. Okay. This is when inserting new node at the end of the linked list. Inserting a new node at the end of the linked list. If they ask, write down the algorithm for inserting a new node at the end of the linked list means you have to write down this algorithm. Right? If they ask 2 marks, 3 marks means you have to write down these algorithms. Step 1 star, step 2 identify the last node in the list. Step 3 p is equals to starter, right? Then while p is equals to null, right? Sorry, while p is not equals to null, p is equals to next p. Then while n, then after we are identifying this last node means while n, then n is equals to new node. Here you are inserting a one more, that is new node. So data is equals to item, right? Sorry, new node, that will be your current new node. So a new node you have to enter the data enter ಮಾಡಬೇಕ್ರಿ. So means items, alphabet, numbers, whatever it is, string value coding, any code what. So you have to use the data for this information ಕೊಡೋವಾಗ ನೀವು data ಕೊಡಬೇಕ್ರಿ. right? So one more part, that is your null part, then last one is your return, right? This is the inserting new node at the end of the list. Okay. So then second one is, that is deleting the first node, right? How to delete the first node? Here we are inserting a node at the end of the list. Now we have to delete a node. Deleting a deletion of first node. Right? Deletion of first node, deletion of last node, then deletion of particular nodes. Whichever you want to delete means you have to delete here, right? So we will study these three things, right? So deletion of first node. Here we can easily delete the first node. Here we can easily delete the first node of the linked list by changing the starting pointer, by changing the starting pointer to the second node. Second node of the linked list. If there is only one node in the linked list, if there is only one node in the linked list, the start can be stored with null. The start can be, right? Here division of first node. Here we have to deleting the first node, right? How means here we can easily delete the first node, right? Here we can easily delete the first node of the linked list by changing the starter pointer. By changing the start to the pointer, starting pointer to the second node of the linked list. If there is only one node in the linked list means, so if you are having three elements means you can take the three nodes. So in that three nodes, if you are deleting the first node means the starting pointer will start to the second node, that is position number 2 nodes, right? Suppose if you are having only one element means you can take only one node. So in that one node, one is that starting pointer will points to the head node. So in that head nodes already you know two parts is there. One is information part and one is link part. Right? Suppose if you are having only one node means that linking part will be your null part. Right? I will show. Here what says, if there is only one node in the linked list, the start can be stored with null. Right? See, this is your start, that is P point, starter P point. Right? This starter P point points to the first node. Right? After that, link part, second node. Then third node. Right? If you are deleting this first node means this node will be your free. If you are deleting this first node means this node will be free. Right? So after deleting this node, the starter pointer will point to the next node. Initials of this node. Yes. The starter pointer points to this second node. The starter pointer points to the starter pointer points to the, right? This starter pointer points to this second node. That means this node will be deleted. Right? This node will be your free. E node N3, free I3. Okay, this node will be deleted. So this point will be points to the next node. Suppose if you are having only single node, right? If there is only one node in the linked list, the starter can be stored with null. That means if you are having only one node, that means this will be your null, points to this node. Right? If there is only one node, in the linked list, the starter can be stored with null. Right? The starting point in point ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಒಳಗೆ null store ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Your division of first node. If you are deleting a first node means the starter, right? If you are deleting a first node means the starter pointer will points to the next node. That means your first node will be deleted. So this is starting pointer will points to the next node. Right? When this happen means if you are having more than two elements, if you are having more than two nodes, then the first node will be deleted means the starting pointer will points to this second node. Suppose if you are having only one element means you can take only one node. So if there is only one node in the linked list, right? If there is one node in the linked list means you can the starter can be stored with null. Right? So you node because there is no nodes are present in the list. That means here first node will be null. That means P is equals to null, right? P is equals to null. So if you are having again node means P which is not equal to null. That means the link will be present in the list. Right? Link in other present adanta ತೋರಿಸುತ್ತದೆ. When means this value is not equal to null. Clear? Fine. So then, now here deleting first node, right? Now delete ಮಾಡಿದೆವ್ರಿ first node delete ಮಾಡಿದೆವು. So deleting a node at the end of the list. Deleting a node at the end of the list. Deleting a node at the end of the list. Now here we have to delete the last node. Last node means we have to find out the location for predecessor node P1, P2. Here we will take the values P1 and P2. If you are deleting last node means the P1 will be located to the P2. Right? Here I will discuss with an algorithm. Right? Now for this is a star pointer. This star pointer will points to the first node, that is handle node. Right? Right? Info part, link part, info part, link part, info part, link part, info part, link part. Right? So to delete the last node, we should find the location of the second last node. Location of the second last node. That means P1, P2. Right? If I want to delete this node means we have to find out the location of last second node. Then P1. Right? Now find out ಮಾಡಬೇಕು locations ಯಾವಾದ್ರಿ last second ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದೇ ಬರ್ತದ್ರಿ. This node I have to find out the locations. Okay? By assigning null to link field. By assigning null to link field. That means I will show other diagrams here. Say star, info part, link part, info part, link part, info part, link part, info part, link part. Right? To delete the last node, we should find the last of the second node. sorry, we should find the location of the second last node by assigning the null to link field. This is P2, P1. So we have to find out last second node. That means this value will be your null value. This value will be null value. That means this portion will be deleted now. Right? We have to find out the locations for last second node. So in that linking parallel now null value cannot manage. Sorry, null value feed manage. So here we are feeding the null value. That means this part, this node will be deleted here. Right? The last node of the linked list can be deleted. Right? The last node of the last node of the linked list can be deleted. That means the node will be deleted after finding out the locations and after feeding the null value to the linking parallel. Right? Linking parallel null value feed ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. So this node will be deleted automatically. Right? Fine. So then here algorithms. Here we are using two pointer, that is P1 and P2 pointer. Okay, P1 pointer points to the P1 pointer used to traverse the linked list. Traverse the linked list, and P2 pointer keep the location of the previous node. Keep the location of the previous node. That means this P1 node. Right? E locations find out marker. Okay. Previous node of P1. Previous node of P1. Right? Fine. So then now I will write down the algorithms. So first one, find step 1, start. Okay, this point start. Second one is P2 start. Then third, while link P2. While link P2 is not equals to null. Okay. P1 ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತೀರಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಟ್ರಾವೆರ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀರಿ. P2 ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ keep the location of previous node of P1. ಈ P2 ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ previous node ಲೊಕೇಶನ್ಸ್ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ. P1 ಅದರ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. So P2 is not equals to null. Then for P1 is equals to P2. While P1 P2 leads to P2. P2 ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಲಿಂಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. Pointer to point P2 with links. while n, that means 11 pointer p2 11 right, link end diagram. So end of the 3 print the data p2, it is a print marker. Print the data p2, right, it is a print marker, right. Link p1 is equals to null, ಇದು ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾದ್ರೆ 0 ಅಂತ ತೋರಿಸ್ತದೆ, p1 ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ null ಅಂತ ತೋರಿಸ್ತದೆ. Link p1 is equals to null, right. Right, null ಆಯ್ತದ p1 ಫ್ರೀ ಐತಿ, p2 ಇದ್ದ ತಕ್ಷಣ p1 ಐತಿ ಫ್ರೀ p1, that means ಇದರ ಲೊಕೇಶನ್ಸ್ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಆದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಈ null ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಬಂದಿರಬಹುದು, ಸೊ p1 ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಫ್ರೀ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, right. Then last one is stop. Data 4 6, right. So here start ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ p2 start while link p2 is not equals to null, right. That means generally here we are using two pointer p1 and p2. p1 points used to the traverse the linked list. p1 ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರಿ ಮೊದಲು p1 ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತೀರಿ traverse ಆಯ್ತು, next point question 2 ಬಂದ್ರೆ then again traverse ಆಯ್ತು, so p2 pointer keep the location of the previous node of p1. p1 ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರಿ ಈ ನೋಡಿದ್ದು ಲೊಕೇಶನ್ಸ್ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರಿ, p1 ನೋಡಿದ್ದು ಲೊಕೇಶನ್ಸ್ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರಿ p2, right. So p1 is equals to p2 is equals to link p2 while n, that means ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿದೆ ನಾವು, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ಇದು ಡಿಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ ನಾವು, so print the data p2, ಇದು ಡಿಲೀಟ್ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ, ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಡೇಟಾನ ಡಿಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ, that means ನೋಡ್ ಅನ್ನು ಡಿಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ನಾವು. link p is equals to null, link p1 is equals to null, so ಈ ನೋಡ್ ಡಿಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಈ p1 ಏನಾಯ್ತು ಫ್ರೀ ಆಯ್ತು, right. So free p1 stop, okay. So if they will ask write the algorithm for deletion of a node at the end of the list in the case of we have to write down the algorithm for this one, right. If they will ask 2 to 3 marks means write the algorithm for deletion of a node at the end of the list in the case you idinna ಬರಿಬೇಕು, okay. Okay, so I will stop the session here only, so rest of the thing we will discuss in tomorrow class. Thank you.